Hello, hello. Hey, party people. As the title says, I am the sickies. And by the sickies, I also mean I am menstruating, so if I'm in a bad mood, I do apologize, but it's always when I'm on the rag that my allergies really act up for some reason, even though I took copious amount of medicine this morning just so I could get out of bed. Well, when life gives you lemons, dun, 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 ding. So to make myself feel better, I'm going to be drinking a Monster before we get started. Oh my god. Excuse me. That was euphoric. I don't drink Monsters when I'm not streaming. Like, I only drink them when I'm streaming. And I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. So, it's been a schminute since I've had any decent sugary caffeinated goodness. Don't worry, I also have a water with me, so I won't be getting dehydrated anytime soon. But in the meantime, let us continue. I don't have my entire... There's one bad side to drinking Monster. You get the burpees. Okay. I haven't sketched out my entire GIFtuber yet. I just have the basic talking. And I also sketched a drinking one that I may or may not keep. But the cool thing about PNG tubers and all of that, I can just draw it later. Like, when I get the idea for it, I can draw it later and then add it on. And it'll be cool. It's not like I have to relaunch the whole channel and make this huge debut and go like, hey guys, look at what I made. Ah. It's the exact same thing, but I can do this now. Whee! No, you just add it on and pretend like it was always there. And I have had PNG tubers in the past. And I'm pretty certain, you know, as much as I like, you know, I want to add this, and I want to add that, and I want to add a toggle for this expression, I want to add all this, and I'm not going to use it. I'm going to forget about it immediately. So, just working with what I know I can handle. Okay, just so you guys have some idea. What we're going to be looking at here. This is the current setup, or at least a screenshot I took of it. I am going to be sitting in this little cushion. Like this. I'm going to be sitting in that right here. That's how the setup is gonna work. I don't know what this setup would look like for traditional art. I haven't figured that one out. That one just might be a basic PNG. Because, like, my delusional brain thinks I'll, like, eventually get a 2D, what's it called? A 2D live VTuber model all rigged up with everything, and it'll look really cute and cool. And I'm like, boy, if you don't chill out with your delusions of grandeur, I'm gonna have to put you in the corner again. Because that's how I talk to myself. Shit. I had debated whether or not today should just be a music stream. But I don't like doing music streams on Twitch because then the VOD will just be muted. And then it's like, what the fuck's the point if the VOD's just gonna be mute? Is that what the hair looks like in every... God dang it, yes it does. Damn it. Because I don't like that. It looked good in the sketch, but then when I do the line art, it's like... So maybe if I... Aha! Fixed. That and I haven't streamed in, like I said, a hot minute. So it's like, you know, just get back into it. Even though, you know, it's funny. I finally decide to get back into streaming and whatnot. And it's when I'm sick. It's just, God dang it. Always. This always happens. Like, last week, I was in writing mood because August is kind of worst month of the year, so I decided to spend it doing what actually makes me happy. Not that art and streaming doesn't make me happy, but I feel most fulfilled when I'm writing. That is my true highest calling. Everything else is just fun little ditties on the side. I shouldn't say ditty. Fun little things to elevate my writing. Oh shit, I just remembered. Yeah. The second I move anything in the transform tool on Medibang, it gives it these 50 extra pixels, and it's just, no, I specifically chose this brush mode so you wouldn't do that. But then it did. But then it did, and now we're here. Do I even like this? You know what? I'm just going to nix this bit. Alright, where's the head? And then just do that. So... No, because... Shit. If I... That's where the neck reasonably would be. Right? Hmm. Right. Nope. That's so weird. When I'm in a writing mood, like just writing for like my graphic novel, or recently I've been working on, oh my god, I've been writing and rewriting a bunch of a script for an animated series I want to finally get started on, or at the very least get going a little bit faster. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Where is the kitty cat?
What was I even talking about? Oh yeah. Um when I'm in a writing mood, cuz like typically I draw every day. Like there isn't a day that goes by where I don't boot up my art program. My brush is too big. And I'm just sketchering nonstop. You can't stop me. Can't stop, won't stop. But when I'm in a writing mood, I ain't touched my drawing program literally in almost a week. And normally that would make me feel really antsy, but for when it comes to writing, it's either writing or drawing, no in between. And when I do both at the same time, whew, ooh, the rush. Now, I know I don't have a tablet like this in real life. However, it's the only pose I could come up with that didn't look trashy. If you know what I mean. Not trashy, that's the wrong word. That didn't look weird or too boring, in my own humble opinion. So, man, I'm out of practice. Also, haven't been streaming in a while because my parents were getting new windows installed, and that was making one hell of a racket. And there was just dust and debris everywhere, and it's been real smoky out, so we were just yeah. It's put a hampering on my creativity, and I just realized I don't have an arm right here. Do I? Yeah, I think I have to add that line. Even though that line is already there. Just to map off the coloring. Because when I render the PNG tuber, the couch thing is going to be connected to her main body when I render it, just so there's no weird bouncing. It moves together as a unit instead of her being separate. Because I have done that before where I had her separate from like a chair that she was sitting on. Not her specifically, but a different version of Rune was sitting on like this tree throne, which I really like. I might bring it back in some fashion. At least for her design, because I'm coming up with I was really inspired by another artist here on Twitch, Viv the Monster Queen or something like that. And she has like a bajillion personas that are all Viv in all different forms, and they all have their own different lore and whatnot. That she just cycles through it whenever she's bored. I'm just, you can do that. You can just do that. And not feel guilty. Ooh. It's like, you know what? Let me just design, like, hammer out these designs, make them like seasonal spirits and whatnot, and then just draw them whenever I want. And then if I want to represent myself as that on the internet or just draw that kind of art, I will. And I am. But I gotta work on their redesign. So that might be another stream coming up. Although, since I know we have all of August to get through together. Goodness, cat. But since September is around the corner, and I usually work on an animatic in September, even though I didn't do it the year before last, but I did it last year and I really enjoyed that. So I'm thinking I'll just... Ew, that looks bad. I'll get the PNG tuber done. I'll work on writing away from stream, and then on Twitch and YouTube, I'll just do some other illustrations that I wanted to do that aren't gonna really fit in September or October, because October I want to do fall illustrations again, because that was really, really fun for October. I don't know if I want to try and do some, like, challenge for that. Or if fall illustrations is just gonna be what I do in October. But regardless, I have ideas for other illustrations that I want to do. That, I mean, I could do it in November, because November and December are other break months for me, mostly because, you know, September and fall illustrations. That's basically 2 months straight of just streaming. Or focusing on streaming and making videos. But they're also writing months, so I just don't worry too much about streaming or being in content mode, because I'm just writing and working and getting things ready for the next year. That's the plan, anyway. Okay, to make this coherent, I'm gonna go back to, whoops, to 5 and then just do the outline. Yeah, that looks better. I'm gonna thicken the tablet because I don't think the tablet is going to move at all. I had an idea, or like part of an idea for this year's September. But then I got a different idea and I'm like, ooh, I like that even more because it's still part of my animated project and it's like finally getting that up and running. And I've done 2 animatics in the past, so that's enough practice to get going. But then I was like, damn, I don't have a script ready for either of them. That in my September animatics are kind of like, okay, I spend a month working on this animatic, and then by the end of the month, we're finished, and then we have a finished product to show off. So everyone will say, hey, yeah, look at what we did in 3 weeks of work. Not to say that this other animatic, because it's again a music video. Most of my September animatics are music videos. When I mean most, all of my September animatics are music videos. I know for sure, for a fact, that if I work on this one for my animated series, this one is going to be, it's canon. Like, I'd have to be focusing on canon, which is a little bit more stressful, especially since I haven't worked out the kinks of that part of the story yet. And it's a prologue, so it isn't like anything spoilery. It sort of gets mentioned later in the series, but I think it's best if it's one of those things where it's just better if it's explained in a music video, because then it'll just be faster. And then fuck my ass. This is bullshit. What the hell? Alright, well, no continuous stroke. No soup for you. This probably wouldn't happen, but another part of me is like, wow, if I make this music video and it hits off, that means I'm gonna actually have to start committing to working on this series, and that's gonna freak me out. Because then that'll make it real. It's not just a distant future thing. But then at the same, I'm sitting there like, isn't that what I want? I don't know. My brain is weird. Don't worry, Twitch, there is no butt cheek being shown. I'll probably just shade this part out. Like, just her legs. Just so Twitch doesn't freak out, even though, yeah, this technically would be showing. But, shush. I won't tell if you won't. Okay, not bad, not bad. I think what I might do, instead of copy pasting and moving, because that just causes extra pixeling, I'm just gonna redraw it, but I'm gonna keep this base the same. So that means I need to erase this. Oh, actually, ooh, should I skip ahead, actually? Man, everything jitters because I wanted movement to be more involved. God dang it, why did I do this to myself? Oh well. We're here for a long time, not a fun time. You know what? This is kind of boring. Let me get, just put this in the corner until we are ready. There we go. Oh, my huge tits. No, I should do that later. I think since the GIF making program I'm going to be using lets me choose the frame rate and how much it repeats for a single GIF, since it allows me to do that without being like an actual animation program, I can probably just fudge the jittering a little bit and no one will notice. Or at the very least, no one will care. I don't know. I've never actually used this program slash website before because I mean it's free, so who am I to say no? But I don't know how it'll, you know, react. It says it doesn't make it fuzzy or lower photo quality, which I hope that is true, because the last GIF maker I made put my poor art through the ringer of Captain Crunch cereal type pixelation. It was so infuriating, but it was on brand because I was doing 80s synth stuff. I was like, you know what? I'll allow it. What am I doing? Pixels. Why? And there's like no nearest neighbor? All I had to do was check the settings. It still made it janky, but not as pixely. I can work with this. Hopefully. Hey, Mushroom Overlord. It's okay if I just call you Overlord for short. Working on a GIFtuber. Wow. Slowly trying not to go insane. Okay, that doesn't look terrible now. But we do still have... I'm just gonna erase that bit. Nope. There, that way, you know, there's not that awkward triangle of pixels. Okay. The eyes shift. How are you doing this fine August day? I'm so ready for summer to be over, man. It's not too hot. Oh, it's too stinking hot, though. Okay. We got, like, the AC unit running. We have fans in every room that are constantly going. It's bleh. But I got the van. Just to save too much jinkness happening, I'm just gonna copy from the first layer. Ready for spooky season? Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Me too. I got a lot of plans for October. Both on stream and away from stream. on stream, I'm gonna be doing fall illustrations, or which is just fall illustrations of some of my favorite spooks, be they movie or creepypasta. And then away from stream, I want to watch more movies. You know what? I'm gonna see what Smooth does. I still don't like it. That's better. Still thinking about your costume. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, some people still do that. Godspeed. Thinking Marie from the Aristocats. That is so cute. I'll hope you do it. That sounds adorable. It's such an underrated movie. No one gives it enough credit for how flipping funny it is, or how iconic the soundtrack is. They only talk about that one racist scene. And it's where the Siamese cat plays chopsticks on the piano. That's all they talk about. Not the fact that everyone loves the song, everybody wants to be a cat. Edgar is one of the best villains of the time. How the dogs were flipping hilarious. You know, some of the dancing animation that's in Aristocats was reused for Robin Hood? Or was it the other way around? Or was Robin Hood's animation reused for... I'm pretty sure it was the animation from Aristocats. Some scenes were reused, frame for frame, in the Robin Hood movie, which everyone loves. It's like, y'all like the Robin Hood movie, but not Aristocats? What's going on here? Sexism much? I'm kidding. I can get away with, still get away with trick-or-treating. I've actually never been trick-or-treating, you know, like, out on the town. We only did it at school. And then there's a myriad of reasons why I've never been trick-or-treating. All of them sad. I get it's the stereotype, but I don't feel bad enough to make a... Yeah. I love when people go, oh my god, this old movie was so racist. It was just... Yeah, but... One scene does not a racist movie make when Song of the South exists. Or literally anything else that Hollywood made at the time. But I'm not about to defend the works of old white men. Never that. I'm just tired of people sleeping on the Aristocats while singing praises of other Disney films that I think are mostly mediocre. But then again, the same people who will probably say that, oh my god, these old Disney movies were so racist. How can you possibly support them by watching it? Will also be like, oh my god, Taylor Swift can do no wrong. I'm in troubled waters by even mentioning her name. I was like, really? Really? You're gonna demonize me for still liking a movie that was very important to me as a child? Written and performed by men that are all dead by now? I love her. Don't think they meant any harm with a 5-second anime. Like, obviously, I'm not defending racism. No, never that. But I don't think they were trying to be lame about it. Not like that one scene from Peter Pan. What did Taylor do? Bra, want tea? She's a billionaire. She's a rich billionaire. So the only reason someone becomes a billionaire is by exploiting workers, not paying proper wages, and embezzling and doing other shady illegal tax shit. So they're like, she can do no wrong. It's like, she's a billionaire. There are no moral billionaires. Because if they were moral and just, they would be millionaires. Like Dolly Parton. Anyway, I'm a little bit sick, so I'm automatically in a bit of a mood. I didn't tilt the head enough. Damn! That's why the eyes are bugging me. Okay, well, it doesn't look terrible. It's not quite where it's supposed... Oh, okay, you know what? I gotta fix that. Yeah, Dolly Parton queen. Yep. I'll never speak ill of Dolly Parton. That would get you an immediate ban on this channel. Same with Joan Jett and Princess Diana. You say a bad anything, a bad thing about those women, man. I will not tolerate any ill speak of Princess Diana. To cause a problem just bad enough to bud you. Yep. Okay. Oh, the arm. Whoops. I also suffer from the very common artist syndrome of the sketch looked better than the line art. I don't know why that keeps happening to me, but I swear to God, it happens more. Like, the more time that passes between the sketch and line art, the more I'm sitting here like, why does this line art, or does the sketch look clear and concise, but then when I do the line art, it looks blomp. It's such a pain. But it's not the worst pain. It's not the worst pain that is to come yet. me. Okay. Yep. The worst pain that I will endure is having to color all of these frames. Now, thankfully, it's probably just going to be a lot of copy pasting with a little bit of fixing. Doing the line art on the sketch layer. Well, that's why I put my sketches in a folder and put them at half opacity, or even less than half opacity, and then keep the line art completely separate, because I've done that so many times now. Or another way to help is if you make the sketch a completely different color. Like some people, and I've seen some people do this, they'll sketch in like red. So like, even if it was at full opacity, now I know this is eye bleeding now, it was like, oh, clearly we can tell the difference. But then it helps a lot more if you make the sketch layer, put it in a folder, put it at lower opacity, so when you're like, huh, why is my line art not as opaque as it should be? Well, that's because blomp, you're on the wrong layer. So it's something that it just helps you pick up a lot faster that something is amiss. And I don't hardly know how. Da, 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 da. I think I could love her. Da, 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 da. Crimson and clover. Da, 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 da. Over and over. Da, 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 da. Crimson and clover. Yeah. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. And when she comes walking over. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I just forget to add a new layer. Yeah. So yeah, folders and lower opacity. Now, it is not 100%. There have been plenty of times where I've been working on a multi-layered, especially when it comes to coloring. Oh my god, the coloring. I always forget. But at the very least, I've stopped drawing my sketches on my sketch and line art on the same layers. Now I just struggle with the coloring. Crimson and clover, over and over. Crimson and clover, over and over. Okay, now your neck is about the width of your hand, so I don't think it... Okay, yeah, no, that's not too long. It's not too long. I love the big tail. Thank you. I couldn't figure out how to fit it in the PNG because she's going to be sitting on this couch thing. So I'm like, where's the tail going to be? So, like, given the... This is a screenshot I took a while ago. So I'm going to be, like, sitting here. And, of course, a bit of it's going to be cut off. But if I overdraw the PNG tuber, because I use VOD Mini, and each time the talking toggles on, you can or have it bounce a little bit. If I overdraw it and it bounces, or if I make it smaller, I'm not gonna be like cut off my feet because they'll always be there. Of course, I wanted a tail flick for whatever reason. You know what? If instead of the tail jitter, what if I did the ears instead? Oh man, you know what would be so cool? If I knew how to animate, how to get it to animate on a GIF. I would love to have the ear flicking like the cats every once in a while. But since my ears are so damn tall and floppy, that'd be really freaking hard to do. You know, like the caracals, you know how their ears go like the whoosh. It's like whole jiggle physics on this if this was a VTuber, I wouldn't put jiggle physics on the tits at all. It would all be in the ears. Okay, I'm gonna make the tail move a little bit, and I'm also gonna flick the ears a little bit. It won't be so dramatic, but it'll at least be dramatic enough to where it's like your brain doesn't consciously realize something moved, but it still picks up that there was more movement than there actually was. You just gotta trick the brain into thinking that these pixels, these layered pixels, are alive somehow. Now, which one would I be flicking them? You know, let me just redraw the ears, and then whatever I figure. Ow! When she comes walking over, ba-da-da-da-da-da, crimson and clover, ba-da-da-da-da-da, over and over. Bollocks. The second ear always kicks me in the ass. Alright, hang on. What are we working with here, boys? Nope. Well, form's wrong. Composition's off. Tangent. Thick eyelashes is such a cool art style. I don't know where I picked up the thick eyelashes, but it's just been part of my art style for so long, I can't get rid of it. Actually, no, I do remember because I made a style map. Years ago, I made a style map. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think I got the thick eyelashes from, oh god, what was their name? Like, Forest Fox? They used to do a lot of My Little Pony speed paints on YouTube. They're the ones that did the medallions and I think their most famous video is that Luna fan art that they did, where it was Little Luna, Princess Luna, and Nightmare Moon. And it was supposed to be like the waxing the full and that one. Oh god, I think that is their most famous, their most popular, if their YouTube channel even still exists. Copy, paste. Yeah, and it was like F far. It was this something Fox. And for the life of me, I never figured out how to pronounce it, and I couldn't tell you how to spell it. And then for the other talking ones, I just changed the mouth because I could not be bothered. The more I try to attempt at animation, the more, god dang. The more I realize I don't want to do it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just, time to do chores. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I wish I could figure out how to design a lurking emoji. Or maybe I'll just have a lurking redeem. So that people can still feel involved in chat while also lurking. I'll probably just do a lurking, make a lurking redeem. Because I lurk a lot too. I'm a chronic lurker. Well, that's mostly because when most of the streamers I follow have like a few thousand viewers in chat, and I'm like, what the hell would I even say that adds any sort of meaning to the conversation? Besides, it takes me so long to type anyway. So I would just be doing like lol, W, poggers. You know, like what does that actually even add? What are we contributing to the plot? But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Chat's chat, you know what? It's stats. The more chat traffic you have, the more Twitch is going to suggest you in the algorithm. So it's like, you know, what's fun? Why not? Because I've often made, you know, like throwaway, yeah, what the hell, they won't even see this, chat message. I've left what the hell things in chat. Not like anything weird or sus, but I was like, you know what, they probably won't even see this. Ah! And then they read it, and I'm like, oh damn! Oh damn, they saw that. But it was like, it wasn't saying anything bad. It was like, oh my god! Oh, they noticed. And then I feel like a school kid. I'm like, I'm almost 30. Come on, grow up. Calm down. Another human being acknowledged me. That's why I try to read people's messages in chat. Just even if my only response is like, yeah. Because then that at least helps people feel seen, heard, and involved. What? Oh, they're yelling at someone else. It just helps people feel like they're involved somehow, or, you know, at least that we're all part of a conversation. I don't know if that will eventually culminate in fostering a parasocial relationship, which I don't want with my audience at all. But I know I appreciate it when it happens to me, so, you know, just passing it along. Oh my god, I didn't... I mean, it's not really necessary, is it? Okay, that one has a... What else? What else we got? Oh, the drinking one. I don't know if I want to actually have a GIF or a toggle of when I'm drinking anything, because that means I have to hit the button, drink, swallow, hit the button again in order for it to go back to the regular drawing. But every single PNG/GIFtuber I've ever had has always had a drinking toggle. Because there's... No matter how minimal a PNG tuber you want, I always prefer having at least 3 things. 4. At minimum 3, but I prefer having 4. A regular, a drinking, a talking with someone else, you know, IRL, and a BRB. Some sort of BRB screen, even if it's just gonna be the chair with a sign that says BRB. Just something. Because then you can get fun with it. Because then, if someone else comes in and I'm like, hang on, yeah? Okay. Sorry about that. And then, alright. And it just adds more life to the PNG tuber, and I've always had fun designing them. Just hadn't gotten around to it. And I want to get this damn GIFtuber done before the end of this week. I don't know if I'll get it done this stream. Because, I mean, I could, like, just stop there and just move on from here. And just move straight to the coloring. And then just do the others. You know, I could do that, because that way oh my god, I at least have something to start with. I'm gonna add another folder. Alright, we can start doing that. Love's such a sweet thing. Give everything. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Crimson and cloud. Okay. Now, on my first design, I had little white patches under the eyes. For whatever reason. But then on one of my other designs that I came up with, I extended the dark brown under the eyes and completely nixed the white bits. So it was this instead. And I'm not sure which aspect of the design I'm going to keep moving forward. Because I mean, I do like this because it accentuates the nose. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I think adding the brown under the eyes was good because in that other design I had feathers around the eyes, which I really did like. And if I ever got an official VTuber model, you know, the ones that like moved and followed my movements with a webcam and whatnot, it would definitely be the angel version because that one just seems like it would look cooler and be more fun rather than just a basic bitch white ass cat girl. Don't worry, Twitch, it's not nudity, it's just a furry. Vocal stems. One thing I did not account for on this design, I didn't even think about what her outfit would look like what colors I picked. I just combined two different sketches because one outfit that I came up with was this orange top with a choker with lace with a purple cropped vest and like cut off high top jeans, you know, like black pants for the spooky season. And I really do still like this outfit. I might use it in just other illustrations and whatnot, but for like the actual channel, like the vibes that I wanted to go with were comfort maxing. So I wanted something that looked, you know, comfortable and relaxing. This is like chill wear. Okay, I kind of like this with the white under the eyes. It just makes the eyes look a little brighter because the hair is already really dark. I had considered for a moment using my grayscale version for the PNG tuber or for the GIFtuber, so it'd be a lot faster to render. But then I only have to render this once. You know, it's not like video sprites where I have to draw 50 different poses and sometimes like new poses per video just to make it, you know, entertaining to look at. For a GIFtuber, I only need to draw like 4 frames and then that's it. They're done. Boom. Forever. So, if it's just gonna be a one and done thing, might as well be full color. I'm even considering adding some shading in there because it's, like I said, it's a one and done thing. I want it to look good. I want it to look cool. Like, the last GIFtuber I had was fully shaded with a fully rendered background, lighting and all. I had rim lighting on that thing. And it looked really good. I wish I still had it. My dumbass got rid of it when I rebranded again. But then again, I was in the middle of a manic depressive episode, so you'll excuse me for going completely insane. I plead momentary insanity. Temporary insanity. Alright, and for close. What will I do for close? Because we're on a purple thing with a purple and orange background. It doesn't have to be anything I've worn in real life, so it could be literally whatever color I damn well please. As long as it looks comfy. Honestly, I should probably make the couch more gray so the clothes pop out. Because if I give her grayish clothes, like this gray-blue stuff that she wears in her first ref. Should I be saying she or I? Because this is technically my Sona. Not even technically. This is my Sona. This be me. And if I did want to this shawl thing, it's kind of a reference to an actual poncho I have, which is more of a purpley maroon, which that color looks really good, but I know it's gonna blend into the couch thing. So if I make the couch thing actually gray, we'll see how this looks on the tuber. Now that, and then we do maybe like a this, maybe this, and then like a little lighter. And nah, kind of want to make this the whole thing. Okay. What if I take this and then walk with me? Stay with me. Hold on. Let me cook. Ah, that looks so good. Hang on. The coloring for this is a little too dark. Let me just... I love it. My God. Why don't I wear orange more in real life? Dude, I look so good in red tones. It's not even funny. I look so good in red tones. I don't know why I don't wear them more. I mostly wear black because that's what I have. Because I'm a stupid emo goth bitch. I also look really good in green. But then with the purple couch... Ugh. Alright. Hang on. We gotta fix this. And then... no, that doesn't look good either. So if we just... Is that the same orange? Okay, no, it's not, but it's very similar. How about if I make, actually, the dress this color? No. I thought if I match the leaves instead of the candles, maybe that'll tie it all in together. But, no, that did not work. I really like this orange. It's not quite the same orange of a dress that I have in real life, but it is close enough. Okay, I do prefer this blue-gray cushion thing, so that I can wear whatever color outfit I want and it be... And it do be looking... Like, man, look at that. I can pull off any color. Except maybe yellow or white. Yellow. That's one thing that I really like about having a Sona that's mostly neutral tones. Like browns and grays. With a pop of whatever color. You can wear anything. And it look good with your Sona. At least that is my humble opinion. There's no remedy but to burn them up. Still got a job to do, my mission's incomplete. Only a traitor would consider making... What the hell? What happened? Okay, we good? We did? You had a toggle where you put on a cozy blanket. Well, I kind of got this cozy shawl. I would like a toggle. And this would have to be really genre. I'm just like in a cocoon of a blanket. Like if I'm drawing in sick and I'm going nonverbal, it'll just be me with like just like a hot pad on my head and maybe a mug next to me. But when I'm usually that sick, I don't even show up to work. I don't even get out of bed. I'm just like, nope, we're not doing that today. But I would like to have a toggle for when I'm listening to music. And it would literally just be the regular base drawing GIF and all the other ones, but I have headphones on. Alright, chat, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Is this good? Now, it does look a little disconnected when I'm not the one being rendered, and this couch is over-rendered. Honestly, what the hell was I even thinking? I went too crazy with it again. But this is a wonderful opportunity to go hog wild. You break thinking how you couldn't save her, the only one who's ever completed you. And maybe you get a little heated too. Maybe you see this is what I need to do. Storms coming, I can see the clouds. No running's gonna save you now. A hard rain is gonna fall down like gravity, like gravity. Eye for an eye, since you owe me a debt. Blood demands blood, gonna get my hands wide. Rough clouds, and no, you can't bet on tragedy, like gravity. Hey, Waffles. How you doing? Based on that first response, I'd say you're doing about as well as I am. You know what? I'm actually gonna say nah on the rendering and just redo the couch. Tired? Oh, yeah. Word. You mother... I'm tired of myself deciding to go crazy and have delusions of grandeur every once in a while. And think that, yeah, I can have a fully rendered couch with cushions and whatnot. Yeah, this looks good. It totally doesn't just look like grape taffy. And then when I put it together with the actual rest of the thing, I'm like, oh, it looks awful. Alright, well. Back to the old drawing board. Still got a job to do, my mission's incomplete. Only a traitor would consider making peace. The princess has to pay for what she did that day, for what she took away. Storm's coming, I can see the clouds. No run's done to save you now. A hard rain is gonna fall down like gravity, like gravity. Eye for an eye since you owe me a debt. Blood diamonds, blood gonna get my hands wet. I mean, it kind of is a beanbag. I just don't know how to draw shit. That way it can be blorb. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I just... I'm like a depressed pirate who just heard a siren song, man. I gotta go overboard. You were in rural France, visiting one of possibly the most... Oh, yeah, you had mentioned that. Overlord, I had thought about seasonal toggles for, I had thought about seasonal toggles, but every time I've actually tried to make them, I always either redesigned or changed some, like, just went a full, like, completely different route with the channel or whatever by that point. So I was just, ugh. I am so sick of myself. Okay, I think gray blob is better. Than whatever the hell this was. Man, I'm so tired. That's not a... No, it's not. But why does it look like it is? This is not a tangent, but why does it look like it is? Why does it look like that? Am I the only one seeing this? Am I going insane? This looks like a tangent, and it's driving me crazy. Even though it isn't. Crazy. I was crazy once. Yeah, I know, I did. And it's not. Is it? I don't think it is. What even is a tangent? Does anyone actually know what a tangent is? All I know is that people go, oh my god, it's a tangent, you used AI. I was like, it's not. It's literally not. Maybe. Maybe if I just I just I don't know. I don't know. It's clearly not. Either my eyesight is bugging or I'm really tired. I don't know what reality is anymore. I hate it when people say art looks like AI. Well, yeah, because then they forget. No, people don't draw like AI. AI just stole it from those people. Ugh, whatever. Think it looks fine? Okay, okay. Maybe I'm just bugging. Because honestly, it's going to... Like, this is going to be sitting in this corner. So honestly, what are people actually going to see? Because, I mean, realistically, I could write... Okay, what's the dumbest thing I can write right now? Let me just draw a little, There we go. A little shitty sussy Among Us. No one's even gonna notice. No one knows it is there. They'll say like, huh, what's that stray pixel there? I zoom in. Oh my god. Okay, outfit-wise, what are we thinking? Or is this orange dress with purple shawl? Is this good? Given what the background is going to be. Just keep in mind, this... Let me just copy-paste. This is going to be the background for the stream. This is what she's going to be sitting on. I kind of don't like that her ears... blends a bit into the couch and background a bit. It kind of does. I just don't want a purple taffy color, and I also am not the biggest fan of purple. I don't know if that's sacrilegious to say. But I'm just referencing the, where is it? Other outfit I drew. And she had this purple jacket thing. That I thought was cool. And I don't... The reason why I'm giving her the orange and purple outfit is because I want the whole screen to look cohesive. Like it belongs together. But I also don't want her to look like she's blending in. Now, do keep in mind, VOTube Mini does add a little outline of any color. So, keep in mind, depending on what color I choose, she could have like a slight... It's not that big. Like just a slight outline for the pixels. And it could be green or pink or something. Not that big. So there will be a bit of a separation between her and the background. And I'll probably make it green because I like green and it matches her eyes. So that'll at least make her pop just smidgens. So I know VOTube does this. VOTube Mini, anyway. Finally started working on a comic. Nice. I just need someone to figure out how to not give up and start another project. We've been, by the way, forgot to ask. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just sick of summer. Nope. I gotta go the other way. Everything's dead and brown. We haven't had rain in a month. And everything's on fire in my state, which is pissing me off. But y'all, it's like people don't realize there's a reason why we have a fireworks ban in our state. There's a reason why fireworks are banned in summer. And then it turns out they discovered one of the bitter fires in the area was actually arson. Like, intentionally started. Not someone being dumb, it was arson. It's like, you motherfucker. I hope whatever slammer they throw you in, all the inmates just hate you. And they steal your pudding. I don't know, it's just... So many mosquitoes, too. Thankfully, my area doesn't have have a mosquito problem. Thank God for that. But that's because we don't have any water sources around here. So... The reason why we don't have mosquitoes is because I live in the middle of an effing desert. Okay. I like that. For all the jokes I made about committing arson, not cool, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna burn something down, burn like an Amazon warehouse or something. Burn down a data center. Like, come on. Let's do some activism if you're gonna be stupid about it. Okay. 1 down. 100 to go. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm of the opinion that if you're gonna do something dumb, you might as well be productive about it. But then again, if they were gonna do something productive, they wouldn't do something so dumb. Like setting half the state on fire. For one reason, I get it, you're angry. I'm angry too, but then, like, who? What does this do besides make everyone else homeless? How does this help anything? I'm on the wrong layer. You see what I mean? How does this help anything? If you're gonna be an arsonist, at least be an activist about it. Yeah, I did that all on the completely wrong layer. Oh well. So, hang on. If I just keep that. No, that's gonna be... I'm gonna have to recolor it anyway, so then what would be the point of just copy-pasting? This is the hardest part of doing any sort of PNG or GIFtuber, because I have to make like 50 decisions right now. Do I want to start the coloring layer over from scratch every single time from the base layer up, so that there's no chance of stray pixels or misplaced colors or anything? Or do I just take this, copy paste, fix the areas that are overlapped, and then either way, it's gonna be a shitload of work. So if I do this, and then hang on, and then walk with me. Do that. It's at least centered, and then all I have to do is Some of this, that, and the other thing. Just hunting stray pixels. Which I am not sure if that is slower or faster, but either way, I just want this bish done. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna set something on fire, just be smart about it, and then don't burn other people's houses down. Because then you're just an asshole. And it's like, oh yeah, I don't care what people think about me. It's like, hey, you will when karma comes for you. And then what are you gonna say to her then? You did it for shits and diddles, and then karma's gonna be, shit and diddle this. And then guess what? Now you have cancer. Or, I don't know. Oh god, I wish karma worked like that. Alright, I didn't fix the pixeling on this one. Ugh. Almost couldn't go to France in the first place because the main highway leading up to was literally on fire. Oh my god. Are you freaking out? Oh, I'm sorry, man. It was just the first thing that came to my head. I'm not hexing anybody, I swear. Oh, I hate my life. Okay, you know what? We're not doing that. We're just gonna start from scratch every single time because this is... Oh my god. Okay, that is good. I'm just gonna merge all of this down. Put this in there, turn that off, put that in there. Anyway. To make a long fucking story short, just don't set shit on fire, please. It's bad for the environment. And if you don't care about that sort of thing, you should. Because you live on this planet too, idiot. To quote Star-Lord, it was like, why do you care about what happens to the universe? Because I'm one of the idiots who lives in it! Because why do you care what happens to the environment? I live here! Why don't you care? We're gonna live in space soon anyway, who cares? Huh, the people who say that, what in the fuck makes you think those billionaires are gonna take you with them? They're gonna go live in space. They're not taking you with them. They're gonna leave us poor people behind to live in a dying world while they hoard all the money and resources. You're not welcome to the party. You don't have a seat at the table. You're the main course. You're being served at the table.
We're not gonna live in space anyway.
It's been like saying, oh, clothes are just gonna get dirty anyway, so why bother doing laundry? They're just gonna get dirty again anyway. Why bother taking a shower? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're the kind of people that are the reason why everything sucks now. And it's because of your mentality. I can't afford a house. And the way things are going, I might never afford a house in this market. And now we're all just cursed to live on a dying world. Thanks a lot, asshole. I have a lot of strong feelings about environmentalism and stuff. If you couldn't tell. Oh, that's why it sucks. There we go. Forgot her stripes. Gotta be the same. Been looking at housing prices over there. It's like, you know what? I'll just live under a bridge. It's fine. Ah, but you forget, being homeless is illegal. You'll get arrested. I'm sorry to bring the mood down like that, guys, but I am so pissed off. I'll make my own bridge. No, you need a builder's permit for that. And then you need a permission. If it's over a certain square footage, you need permission from the city. And then you'll need certain zoning permits. And you can't exceed... You can't exceed a certain square footage. You'll need to pay property taxes. A cardboard box. I live in my parents' backyard. I mean, why do you think I still live with my parents? Because I literally can't afford to live anywhere. And then even if I could afford to live anywhere, all of my income would go to just paying rent and mortgage and taxes. I would have literally no leftover money for anything else. Why must I have permission to exist? I know! I hate it here. The good news is, however, it won't be like this forever, because the people who put those regulations in place are just gonna die soon, and then it'll be my generation. It'll be millennials and Gen Z that runs everything in 20 to 30 years or so. So who knows? Maybe that'll make things worse, but at least none of us will put up with zoning crap. This is so frustrating. Well, How much can I say without getting called a... That's all that. Keep that one to myself on the front. There we go. If it was legal, companies would pay us to breathe oxygen. I mean, why do you think the Lorax was so funny? They literally had to pay to breathe air. It's like, if you put anything in a plastic bottle, people will buy it. And the best part is, the more we make these plastic bottles, it'll put more pollutants in the air. And guess where that'll put your sales? Through the roof! The more smog in the sky, the more people will buy. That, I mean, I know the Lorax was just a fake movie for children, but it is literally, that is literally how it works. The beginning to that movie, the Thneedville song, was so funny because they're literally singing about a dystopian future where there is no fresh air, that they have to buy it to import it just so they can breathe because all the trees are gone. And the water is so full of pollutants, you even swim in it, and then you have radiation poisoning, and they're singing it like, da 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 da, it's the best place to live ever, we're so happy, and it's just watching it like, holy shit. Well, and my name's Rose, our son Wesley kinda glows, that's not good, so we suppose we should let it grow. Right. Is that a fucking spider or just my hair? So it was just my hair, okay. My name's Rose, our son Wesley kinda grows. Kinda glows, that's the words. That's not good, so we suppose we should let it grow. Anyway. Not to get too dystopian on Maine. Reading didn't radicalize me. Having a freaking brain living on this planet radicalized me. Excuse me. TV didn't make me gay. Having a pair of eyes did. don't know me when my name's Si. I'm just still hair delivery guy. But I think trees might be worth a try. We should let it grow. I can see the pixelation, it's pissing me off. Is that over? Are you ready for work now? Okay, bye. Have fun at work. Nice stream. Okay, thank you. I'll try. This is definitely going to require me locking in for an hour and then just staring at the screen, hating my entire existence, and then as soon as it's done, I'll be, oh my god, that looks so good. I can't wait to do this again in 2 years. And then when I get back to doing it again, I'm going to be sitting here like, oh my god, I hate my life. Why did I decide to do this? You know. Call me Sisyphus. So I gotta push that rock up a hill. It was a boulder up a mountain, but you know what I mean. Phone battery died, what I miss? We were talking about the Lorax. And despite it being a children's movie, it is surprisingly accurate to how, greedy business works and how capitalism works. Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie, like, especially the movie. The movie shows a little bit more heavy-handedly how capitalism works. Like, they know they're polluting the planet and making the air quality worse by putting air in plastic bottles, but they don't care because it makes them money. They will literally damn us all. Just for their bottom line. It's a little bit depressing, and then I started singing Let It Grow. Good news is the kitty is being cute. Hang on, can my thing even reach from there? I can't. Never mind. No, you guys can't see her. Sorry. Cord's too short. You're just gonna have to look at my hands. Just to prove that I am, in fact, the one drawing it. Wait, no. There we go. That's not good, so we suppose we should let it grow. This stream the other day was probably the most awkward experience I've had in a while. Forgotten. Because nobody showed up for the first hour and a half. Yeah, that's kind of how it is when you first start streaming. Like, if you go back to my old VODs, the first 10 not even 10, first 20 streams I did on this channel, or on my YouTube channel, nobody showed up. And that's just gonna be the reality for streaming for a while. Especially now. Because, I hate to say it, streaming is a bit of an oversaturated market. Because literally everyone is doing it. If you're a Gen Zer, you have a streaming channel. You're doing something with streaming. And it's gonna be really hard for you to put yourself out there unless you do something that, like, everybody likes, like gaming or like, I don't really know how to get yourself out there, but my only advice is just thug it out. Because, yeah, sure, I don't have that many viewers and followers on streams, on Twitch, or on YouTube, but the guys that show up are regulars. And we get a few new guys here and there, and they'll show up maybe once or twice, and like, oh yeah, this was really fun, I hope you do well. And even, yeah, it was just one viewer, but that was one whole entire person that decided to sit in your stream and go, oh yeah, this is really cool. I like what I see so far. Good job. Even if they never come back on stream, that was one whole human being that took time out of their day to just watch you for a bit and interact and chat. But at first, it's gonna be crickets. It's gonna be crickets for a long time. Unless you do, like, a collab with another big artist. Or something, like, doing... If you, like, stream Poppy Playtime or something like that. Or redesign Poppy Play... You know, anything with Poppy Playtime, because it's popular. Even though I hate Poppy Playtime so much. Ugh, hot take, I hate Poppy Playtime. But even then, that'll only give you, like, a little blip of momentary fame. Your 5 seconds. And then blech. It's just one of those things that it's just gonna suck for a bit. But if you thug it out, if people realize just how much fun you're having, or if they just like what you're doing, or hell, just like your takes on things, they'll stick around. I mean, most of the people that watch my streams don't even read my comic. They don't even care about the art. Or maybe they'll click on and say, hey, I thought the art looked cool, and then I just keep talking. And then we have a moment, and then they're like, huh, yeah, that's pretty fun. Or we get into an argument, who knows? Done so many over the years. People do show up, most of them already see in the comments, so I guess I'm lucky with that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things that it takes a long time. It either takes you years to build up an audience, or you're a viral sensation overnight and then suddenly you have viewers. and some of them decides to stick around. But both take time, effort, creativity, passion, drive. Unless you're someone like Mr. Beast or KSI or Logan Paul or any of those talentless sellouts, the people that stick around are the people you're gonna actually want the most, because you want loyal, not loyalists. You want, yeah, that's kind of what you want, loyal followers over trend chasers, which is why I don't do shorts. I used to do shorts because I know that would boost the channel numbers, but it would I'd only get like 1,000 or a few hundred views on a short, but those views were people just scrolling by. You know, so yeah, by the numbers, I did get a boost in views and watch time on the channel, but it didn't mean anything because those people didn't come back. Now, granted, some people say, oh, I found your stream because I watched your shorts. But yeah, but then it was like, how many shorts did you have to watch before you decided to check out a stream? Long form content. How much short form content did you consume before you finally picked out, decided to tune into my long form content and stayed for the long form content? It takes hundreds of thousands of shorts in order for people to even bother showing up and staying in stream. So it like, what kind of audience do you want? Never do shorts again. Felt guilty doing it. Yeah, because I watch YouTube shorts. I binge through it. I just scroll through and doom scroll. And I hate doom scrolling. I think, honestly, I hate doom scrolling. So why would I make shorts that just add to an algorithm that just promote bad behaviors, addictive behaviors? So I'm just not. The only thing I want to promote people getting addicted to is I almost said liking and subscribing. And maybe even subbing to the Twitch. Wait for September to give out your subs. If you decide to sub to the channel, which does support me and I do appreciate it, wait for September. You get a discount. I always say wait for the sales. I'm not sure how much of a discount they're offering this year, but I do know September is when they offer like a major discount. Got your hands on a dusty N64, another fixing up. That is so cool, man. I do feel bad not showing up in my online friend streams and whatnot, because I get the notifications and I'm like, oh yeah, they're streaming. Okay, hang on, I'm doing something. I'll get back to it, and then I completely forget about it, and then I look back a week later and go, oh yeah, they were streaming. Oops. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. That happens to me so much, it's embarrassing. But I do the same thing with texts. on a pile of books, but it kept falling. Yeah, that's why I got this 2K webcam. Not the best quality, but at least it has a hook and a way to get hooked up to a what do they call it? A selfie stick, or you know, a stand. Yeah, it's one of those things that you're just gonna. It's gonna take you a minute to figure it out. Use a music sheet stand. That's actually really funny though. Most like this is the part about streaming they don't tell you. Most professional streamers, their first setup or their setup for the longest time was something like something stupid like a shoe. Or they just had their phone propped up under their screen and it was on the wrong lighting, so it was like underlighting their chin, so it made their neck look bigger. Or they just had it sitting on top of their tower and it looked like the camera was like up their nose. You know those people. Hang on, the cat wants out. Today. Well, she changed her mind. Put on a mask so it accidentally didn't reveal my face. Makes my voice sound muffled. Why would you do that? Yeah, the only thing I could think if you like put on like a Batman mask that could hide your face a little bit, but then it might obscure your vision. But even do you really want to sit there in a Batman mask just streaming in case someone sees your face? It would be funny though. You're just streaming randomly and accidentally shows your face. You're like, oh. Just jump into a Batman voice. Justice. Where is she? I am vengeance. I opened the window for you, cat. And you said you didn't go. So do you want outside? Hmm? I don't know what she wants. Or, actually, I don't know how much this would obscure your face. Well, one of these might help. And just like a little masquerade mask. They don't obscure your vision too much. And they do obscure just enough of your face Unless you get one of those really fancy ones that go, like past your cheeks. But that's if you'd want to wear something like that. Don't ask me why I have one of those. It's part of my supervillain costume. That I may or may not have. From Puerto Rico. Won't say his channel, but it's not been streaming in a few months. It's been appearing in a few of your streams and makes you happy. It is so fun when... What are you doing? She's sitting by the window. She's pawing at the glass with her claws, making the most god-awful screeching noise. I go over to the window. I open the window. Because usually, when someone is scratching at something, you're like, oh, they want out. I open the window. She just sits there and doesn't move. And I can't just have the window open because we have the AC on. And just be letting all the cold air out. And now she's walking in circles, trying to get my attention. Like I haven't opened the window for her 3 fucking times already. So, let's make it a 4th, shall we? Come on. Come on. Go on. Go. Come here. Where are you going? Why? What are you doing? Do you not want out? Do you want out? She laid down. As a peanut brain, not saying her brain is the size of a peanut. I mean, it literally is one. Oh my god. I love my cat. Don't get me wrong. I love my cat. But holy hell. It is so annoying when she does that. Oh heavens. Forgot forearms are also brown. There we go. She only does it when I'm using a typewriter, keyboard, literally anything that requires focus. Yep. There's a reason why cats do that. There's a reason why they do that, and I think it has something to do with mimicry. Like, my sister could talk more about it. But the reason why they want to be up on the desk with you is because they want to be involved with what you're doing. So some people have said if you just got your cat like a mini desk, or just like put a little box on your desk, or a second chair next to your desk. I have a second chair that she'll sit on sometimes. Now, sometimes she wants to be up on my face because when she was a kitten, she was small enough to sit up on the desk while I worked, and I let her do it because it was super cute. But now she's big, so when she wants to lay right here, she takes up half the drawing pad, and I'm like, alright, let's see if I can still do this. But it has, I think it has something to do with mimicry. Because they want to be involved with what you're doing. Because you're their person. And it's how they show affection. No, I'm just gonna get rid of that. I could be wrong. That's all that I remember. Kind of the same with that night. You know, I've been awake all day. But it's only at night when I'm trying to sleep that she wants to be in my face and that she wants to play. Well, it's mostly because cats are nocturnal animals. And the only reason they go to bed at night is to keep schedule with their people. Because cats are actually very schedulely oriented animals. So when you're off schedule, that kind of stresses them out because that means something's wrong. And sometimes animals are just quirky. Sometimes they're just quirky and they need to go through their list of little crazy things that they need to do before they can do the one thing that they wanted, even though they've been signaling to you for hours that they want. Like, for example, she wants outside. I know she does because she keeps getting up, sitting in the window and pawing at the glass. But every time I open the window, she doesn't want anything to do with it. It's like, well, what the hell's going on? I'm just gonna try and shimmy this over. And then just fix the ears. Yeah. I mean, that probably just caused more work than what I needed, but whatever. It feels faster. Jeez, man. Yeah, kid, go to bed. Good luck with streaming. Thank you. I don't know if I'll have this done by tonight, but I'm gonna finish it if it kills me. Yeah, see? Now she's at the window again. It also... Hawk has a lot of bullies outside. And went, hey! No! We just put in new windows. You're not gonna wreck up the what's it called? The sealant. We haven't even put the caulking in yet. What are you doing? What you doing? Are we gonna try this again? As I was saying, if she'll go. Yep, there she goes. Finally. Jeez. Okay, so she finally went outside, but what I was saying is she's got a lot of bullies that are out there, so if she's not looking around and making sure no one's around when she jumps down, they could pounce on her, because they've literally, I don't know what is up with all the other cats around here, but they just seem to hate her. I don't know if it's something she said or something she did in a past life. I've known her since she was a kitten. She's never done a darn thing wrong in her life. Except maybe that one time, but no, that wasn't her fault. And she's also really small, so... Small prey animal. Despite also being an apex predator. Okay, so now for these ones, all I have to do is color the, excuse you, the mouth and teeth. Oh no, wait, that's merged. Okay, this, that, and now this? Yes. Someone else can handle that. I know it's probably rude, but I have the mentality, when I'm streaming, the rest of the world does not exist, so don't expect me to go pick up your phone call. Did you have your phone ringing? I know there are other people in the house. So when something starts going off, I'm like, alright, well, someone else can get that, because I am busy. Now, if it was just me in the house, of course, I would go check it out. Of course I would, but I know I'm not. But then again, I also know other people have that mentality of saying, hey, someone else can get that. Like, bystander mentality is the reason why a lot of bad shit happens and goes unpunished. To bring it all back to activism. Yeah, when someone is being a dickhead in public, don't let bystander mentality let them get away with it. And that was the last one. Yippee. You know, until I decide to add the other toggles. But that is a lot of work done. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours, 40 minutes? You know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. That'll at least get me started. What is it? 3:35. I need to fix this sketch anyway. It's not up to par. Yeah, I mean, these hands, what in good God is going on with these hands? And that tail, honey, don't even get me started. So yeah, we're gonna be working on that. There's the drinking, and then maybe I'm thinking, because there was a while ago where I had, for a PNG tuber, had a talking toggle with the coffee where I was like gesturing with the mug. So that way, if I accidentally left the coffee toggle or the drinking toggle on, it didn't, you know, I wasn't just me taking a big sip. This is just a really bad sketch just to show what I'm talking about. You know? Something like that. Man, I'm out of practice. I actually have not drawn anything official in a minute. But I might not do that. You know what, I might. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. And then I would do a BRB one, which I think I would just add an extra throw pillow. Maybe to be on brand, I'll throw like a pumpkin throw pillow here. Like a little jack-o'-lantern maybe. Okay. That is a start for these other pages. Pages. Wow, I'm still in comic brain. For these other frames, this is just going to be the base. So if I can at least get this GIF going, that would be fantastic. And the best bit about a GIFtuber, I don't have to think about the blinking. Because it's a GIF. Why would I put it? The blinking would just disrupt the animation. So, that's cool. The less I have to do, the better. And that way I can slowly chip away at it and just add more things to it as it's available, you know, as time is more available, and I don't have to feel bad about just having a blank space in my streams anymore, because then it'll be filled with my goofy face. Anyway, I'm gonna end stream here because I'm actually kind of tired. But main art is done. Yay. Main shit's done. We can move on with my life. I don't know when or what the next stream is going to be, but I do know, gearing up towards September, I'm gonna be streaming, excuse me, at least Monday and Friday. Monday being on Twitch, Friday being on YouTube, and then for September, it's gonna be maybe not every day for Twitch, but a lot on Twitch, and then videos for YouTube. At least that's what I hope. Anyway, that's the plan. Whether or not it happens, we'll see. In that spirit, we set forth. Bye-bye.